Okay, hi Elise. I'm going to make this an official recording. So there might be some other folks out there in Facebook world or in the business world who need this information. And so I'm going to also share it online with them as well.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm very excited to go through this with you. So just so people have some background information, you haven't spent a whole lot of time on Facebook. It hasn't been your mode of social media. And there are lots of folks out there who don't use Facebook commonly, but with COVID-19, they're starting to really get more involved, especially because of Facebook groups. And so you're finding yourself in that category, right? For business. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to show you how to make a group, and we'll look at what you've done so far just to see if it's set up, but then I'll also walk through the steps in case it's not, okay?
Sounds great.
Okay, cool. So first, let me find you so we could be friends, because I want to be friends with you. So tell me, Elise, it's Elyse.
Elyse and Sundita, Sundita.
Sundita. Have I been spelling your name wrong?
Yeah, it's like the sun, like the sun.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Why didn't you
Oh,
say
you're fine.
anything?
You're good.
I think I've been spelling it. Oh, okay. It's fine on the posters. I was like, oh my gosh, I've been spelling your name wrong on everything. It's not. It's fine on the posters. Okay, so to create a Facebook group, what you'll want to do, and you could tell me if you've done this part already, there are several ways to do it. Right here is probably the most simplest. Up top, you can click create. And then it has like a page, an ad, a group, an event, marketplace, fundraiser. So you could just click group, and that's how you can create a group. And Facebook changes things sometimes. So there's some other ways that you could do it as well. You can actually go to your like home button, and right here under explore is groups. So if you click on groups, then you can also create a group from here. Just so people watching this know there's multiple ways.
Okay.
And they might change over time, but those are the two common ways right now. So did you get to this part already? You entered your group name?
Yes.
Okay, so you enter your group name, you can invite some people, and then here's where it's important about your settings.
Yes.
I'll talk about that. Public is where anyone can see this group, right? Like folks can see who's in it. That doesn't mean they necessarily can see the content, but they can actually see, oh, and they can see what's posted. So I'm sorry. So anyone can see who's in the group and what's posted. I like to make my groups private, and reason being is that when you have a private group, you actually can have better control on who's seeing that content. So for privacy, if you're talking about something that's more like intimate and with details and sharing personal experiences, you have curated that community around that topic, and you can already have some rules in place, or set up the space as being a safe space for everybody, without everything being shared. So I keep mine as private. And then when it talks about hide the group, this is where you want to make it visible. So let's say your event's in flow, right? You look at the flow state. And so if someone types the word meditation in, you want your stuff to pop up. Or if someone types in flow state, you want your stuff to pop up so they can request to be a member. So you're going to want to keep your group visible. When you have it hidden, that's when you truly, truly want it private, like only by invite. That's the only way you can find it. So that is the way to create the group. I'm going to go to a group that I've created for an event that I've been hosting. It's Entrepreneurs of Color Igniting Social Change. Social, economic, and environmental change. And for this, what I did is once I created my group, I added a photo up top. which I'm pretty sure you have one already for inflow. I created a new one just because I might change it later. And then you can see here it does say that this is a private group. Only members can see what's posted, but it's visible. What else you want to go to is under the about. You want to make sure that you have like an about description. And so I know you have your description already. So you could just paste that in there. I use my description for my overall events for this because it fit really well. And then you can also add other people to be admins. If you're working with someone, this is where you would do that. They have to be in the group first in order to become an admin. And then you can see who your members are, who the current admins are, and then you can see what the group rules are. And so I set up rules. There are some preset ones that you can add that kind of like no hate speech, right? Or bullying. That's a pretty common one. But I also set up a promotions one. I reworded it because I know that some folks are in MLMs, which is multi-level marketing. And although I have no problem with multi-level marketing, I don't want people to use this as a tool to like recruit people. Like we're supposed to be giving more than we're receiving in this. So I just kind of worded that for me, just because I know the type of individuals in this group might try to use it in that way, and that's not the intent, then the intended use for it. So any questions so far? I've given you a lot of information.
No, this is great. Thank
Okay,
you.
yeah. So you can see when the group was created. You can actually categorize posts, which is pretty cool. So you can make categories. So if we go back to what my posts are, I just started loading content, but like for here, I have tools and platforms that people can use. And this is like helpful content for folks who, because of because of COVID-19, a lot of folks are having to move to doing online work and doing videos like you and I are doing right now. And so this is a great tool that they could purchase fairly cheaply to have higher quality video or conversations. And so I just made some information and put that together. And if I wanted to actually tag it, I would probably say that like this is a business tool. And then I'll be able to categorize that. So anytime someone wants to search our business tools, this will come up in that kind of like a library, if that makes sense. So I'll go back to, I clicked about, create a topic, I'll say business tools, or I'll just say tools for short. And then I think when I create a post now, I might have to actually, here we go. So when I click the three dots here and say add post topic, it actually has tools pop right up. So that's just an organizational tool. You don't have to do it, but it makes it really nice for your members. Events, this is like if you have any events going on for your group, you can create it directly for your group. So you see the panelist talk, I have it up on here already. Look, there you are. I have it up and I have all the information, how to register, this event description, that kind of stuff. It's all there. And it's specific to the group. And then let's see, videos. If you post any videos, they'll come up here. Photos, all your photos will start to come up here. You can actually put together albums. Like I already have an album for the last Entrepreneurs of Color event. That was in February. I, went through, and for my presenters, I put their links in here in the description of the album. And then I actually put the photos that I had taken up. so people can see those again. So there's that. And watch parties. So watch parties are when you're doing, it's a little bit different than Facebook Live. Oh, you can do something out to Facebook Live and like you're on live, you know what I mean? Like it's happening right then and there. Or you can, let's say you have a documentary, right, that you have permission to show, or you have a YouTube video that you want everybody to watch together. And this is going to be really cool, right? Because we can't get together and watch movies right now. But let's say you have a movie night that you want to plan and you have the video and you have permission to show it, or it's YouTube, it's open content. You can actually create a watch party, an event to watch it all together and make comments at while you're watching it. Yeah. So everybody's looking at it at the same time, and people will be able to view it later if you want them to. You can either delete it and it's like if you weren't there at that time, oh well, or you could keep it up and folks can refer back to it. So watch parties are going to be really popular, and I think it's a great tool for you to start thinking about with doing, like, if you want to do live knitting courses or little snippets or something, or you have a documentary, like I said, that you want to show, check that out as a tool. Um, and then moderating the group. This is where you get all of your group access points. It shows you literally like action by action list of what you've done on your group. And that's great when you have multiple admins, right? So you could see like, oh, who made this change, or who did this, or who did that. This helps you keep track of that. It's just me in this group, so it doesn't really matter. You can look at, once again, those topics again. This is another way to access those, to create them, to change them. Your scheduled post. This is going to be a really big tool to use, is scheduling your post. Because the way I work is I work in blocks of time and I create, 30 posts in 2 hours. I work pretty quickly. And so I want to get them scheduled ahead of time to come out. So I already have a content for tomorrow ready to go. I already have Monday. I'm doing like a Monday pick me up every Monday with some information for my group. That's already ready to go for my March 23rd. Like, this is a really awesome tool that I use all the time. Member requests, you can actually see if you have any member requests. I sadly don't right now, but I'm a brand new group. So eventually I will. You'll see if you have any, or how you want to set up your approval. If you want to get notified when people ask to join, or if you don't, that's pretty much what you do there. This is where you create those rules I was talking about. So I only have 4. And down the line, you might find out, oh, hey, I don't really need this rule. Or, hey, like, I really need to add more rules to my group because something's happened, right? Membership questions. This is a great tool as well. This is really important. Yeah. Because you want to make sure, especially when you and we have different events, right? So my event is geared towards specifically entrepreneurs. So I want to make sure people who are joining are entrepreneurs, like they either have a business or they're planning to start a business and they're serious about it, where you are more or less working with everybody, or you might have some questions you still want to ask them, right? Like, what's your skill level with knitting, or you know what I mean? I don't know. You could think of some. So I made sure to write on here, do you consider yourself an entrepreneur of color or an ally? Do you agree to the group rules? What's your name of the business? And a big thing about my group is it's focused towards people who give back to the community. Not just monetarily, but how do they give back through their business? Like, how do they use their business as a conduit to make change in their community? And so I asked that as well. There's a member reported. So for instance, if someone's bullying or saying something bad or whatnot, you can actually post that, or they'll actually tell you who's been flagged, so you can help monitor those people who are kind of like in Facebook jail. and decide if you want to like keep them or kick them out, or message them to have a conversation about what they did wasn't okay, or whatever you decide to do. Auto flagged, you can set it up where where someone goes against your community standards. So that's just another way of monitoring your group as well, to make it easier instead of you having to read every single post people do. Keywords, this is another tool, and you can set it up here. There's a little link for that, where if someone says a certain word, right, that would be triggering, right, to the community that you're part of. So if someone uses a slander or something like that, it will automatically flag you and let you know, like, hey, this person used this word. You can, on the other flip side of that, you can use it as a positive, where if there's a word that like a buzzword that you want to keep track of, for me, it would be like sustainability, right? Like if that's a buzzword that's important to me and I would find that valuable, and I want to make sure to re-comment on, when someone posts something about sustainability, I would use that as a keyword, as a way to like tell me, hey, someone just said the word sustainability, make sure to look at their post and keep up on what they're talking about. So you can use it either way. And then automatic member approvals. This is just if you want to set it up where you can automatically approve people who are in groups that you're already involved with. Sometimes groups get so large, they create little subgroups. So, I'm in like, for instance, like I'm in Women of Sustainability, or sorry, no, I'm in Denver Boss Babes, but they have a subgroup that's called like, Denver Boss Babes Collective, and it's specifically for selling and buying stuff. So because they don't want the main group to get too cluttered with ads, so you can go into the subgroup and post stuff for sale however much you want. And they have it, I believe they have it set up where if I'm a member of their main group, I automatically get to be a member of the subgroup with no problem. I don't have to wait for permission. So that's that. And then group quality, it just talks about those violations again and that kind of stuff. You can read through all of this. So those are the basics of creating a Facebook group. I know that was really fast, like quick and dirty, but those are the basics. Any questions at all? I know I kind of ran through it all fast.
No, that was great. I have two questions.
Okay.
The rules of the group, is there like a template that I could use to kind of bring that in, or is this strictly all like you made up these rules and
No.
wording for it?
Yeah, so the rules for the group, remember I said there are some standard ones. So
Okay.
Facebook does have, when you create rules, right here are examples that they
Okay.
have. So some people just automatically select all of these examples, and that's what they start with. But right here, you can actually write your own rules. So something that you may want to say is like, or even I could say is like, create space and make space, right? So that could be something that you can maybe turn into a rule if you wanted to. I know folks who like don't believe in the rules until there's a problem. So you could totally leave them off completely. Or I know folks who are like very stringent about their rules, and it just depends on what they're using this for.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Yeah. And what was your
And
other question?
the other question is the scheduled posts.
Uh-huh.
When you schedule it, is there like a time? Is it more like a time and a date that it gets scheduled and then like it just magically appears?
Yes. Yes. So, let me see if I have, give me a second. I actually have a post that I can schedule right now live. So, and here it will also show you that you have scheduled posts. There's a couple of ways to schedule posts. This is the one I prefer to do. I just go straight here to my page, like I'm going to post something. And then I actually have, yes, here it is. I have another image, like a tool. It's loading. I have another tool that people can use for their business. And this is where, because I created that topic, I can actually say like it's a tool, right? I don't need any wording for it. So down here, see this little clock button?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you just click on that, and I'm gonna want to schedule this. I'm gonna do it over the weekend. So I'm gonna schedule it on the 21st. I'll say 4 p.m. I'm just gonna leave it at 4 p.m. on the 21st. And I hit schedule. So now see it's showing I have 3 scheduled posts instead of 2.
Oh, okay.
And I can actually see the post that I have scheduled. So now I have one for tomorrow. I have this one for Saturday and this one for March 23rd.
Awesome.
Yeah. Any other questions?
One last question is, since I'm still so used to Facebook in general, how do I go about starting to invite people? How do I start, I guess, growing this group?
Yeah, that's a great question. So there's a couple of things you can do. You'll notice when you're on your main page for your group, right here is invite members. So when you first create the group, you can invite people. That there's going to be a little, as we saw, a little bar. Here, I'll bring it back up. Create group. Right here, you can actually invite people. And when I type in their information, it just starts popping up people on my list, right? So that's one way. If you don't have anybody at that time, right, you might not have a list or know who you want in your group yet. And you might not move as fast as I do. So you want to actually get like a little bit of content up and your picture up and that kind of stuff first before you invite people. Then you can go over here and actually invite people this way. You can enter in their email addresses. The thing with email addresses is that not everyone has the email that you have listed with Facebook, right? Like I have a completely separate email from my business professional one listed for Facebook. So if you did my email, I wouldn't pop up. So if it's someone that you want to invite, another good way to invite them is right up here in the search bar, or sorry, what is this called? The whatever. Anyway, you get what I'm talking about. In the address bar, this is your group information, this long number. So you can actually copy and paste this and like put this in the body of an email or whatever. So if we look at my LinkedIn, I actually, because I'm going to be doing a 21-day challenge on my group on overwhelm and just like helping people to declutter and whatnot and to get mentally prepared while we're going through everything with coronavirus and, take some pressure off. So I shared on my Instagram, which I'm getting to right now, a post. If it comes up, I don't know if it'll come up. Here, I'm gonna bring this over here so you could see it. Anyway, I shared to my LinkedIn. I don't know why it's not coming up, but a post, there it is. A post that says, that I'm looking to connect with entrepreneurs of color and allies for a 21-day challenge to fight overwhelm. There's no cost, right? And then, I explain like I'm a solo entrepreneur who is experiencing overwhelm, and I just thought it would be great to build some community to help combat it with each other. And then I put the link. LinkedIn changes the link to their own little special code or whatever, but I had pasted that link in the address bar here. And when people click on it, it automatically will take them right to the Facebook group. Now, I know you do a lot of work on Insta, and on Insta, it doesn't necessarily let you like hyperlink things. So do you have but I know you can link to a business on your Instagram, like a website. Do you have a website already in that place?
I have a website. I'm still trying to figure out how to get, because I bought a G-suit, Diwata knits,
Yeah.
but for some odd reason, I'm just not tech savvy, so I need my partner to help me connect the two.
Yeah.
But I also have a link tree, and the
Oh,
link
okay.
tree is in my bio for Instagram.
Oh, cool. Okay, you do? And see, I don't know. Maybe you can run one of these for a link tree. I
Oh
think that would
yeah,
be awesome.
link trees are so simple. I love link
I
trees.
don't even know what that is, and I would love to learn more. So add this, then I'm assuming you could add this to your link tree. Okay,
Yes.
yeah. So you could create posts then and tell them like go to my link tree or however you do that to join.
Awesome.
Yeah. So there we go.
Yay, thank you.
Yeah.
This has helped my overwhelm definitely
Oh, good.
calm down.
Good.
So
I know.
you're on it even before you're starting. So yay,
Yes.
little wins.
Good. I'm so happy. And like I said, if you need any help with anything, like reach out to me and let me know. Um, this video, I'm gonna make this video available on the Entrepreneur of Color website or Facebook group, so other entrepreneurs can actually look at it. And then, of course, I'll send it to you so you have direct access to it too. But
Fabulous. Thank you so much, Cindy. I
yeah.
really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. All right. Give me just a second. And I'm going to